Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new week. Can't wait to get started with our Motivation and Mindset Monday. Hope you had a great weekend if you're listening to this on a Monday. I really feel that each and every Monday, we just need a little bit of a zap, just a little bit more motivation in order to say, okay, it's a brand new week. Yes, there's lots of possibilities. Yes, you have lots of potential, but you need that kickstart in order to get started. That is why I love being able to record this Mindset and Motivation Monday, but also myself as well. I mean, I need this. I always talk about it. It's something that I believe each one of us should do, just like brushing our teeth or taking a shower. It's one of those things that we do to start our day, is simply get ourselves motivated to then be able to overcome all the obstacles that stand in our way in order to be able to enjoy the life that we want. And one of those things that always comes up is having the energy in order to be able to do the things that you know you have to do in order to get the life that you want, right? The life that you want, it's there, it's waiting for you, but for the most part, it doesn't come free. And that free doesn't necessarily mean a monetary price tag, but it means effort, it means action, it means determination, and there's a lot of things that come along with it. And to do that, you have to be consistent every single day. Sure, you can take a day off, but you really do need to be consistent, right? Whether your goal is wellness, weight loss, whether it's anti-aging, whether it's relationships, spirituality, finances, career, you name it, right? It takes consistent action. So you say, well, in order for me to take consistent action, I need energy, right? That's kind of the deciding factor. And I agree with that. I really do. I believe that. And I wrote about this in my Sunday Rewind email. Hopefully you get my Sunday emails. You can just sign up anywhere. There's an email box at stephencabral.com. And I believe there's stephencabral.com/newsletter if you do want to check a specific page. But the truth is this, I wrote about this, that I used to believe that a lot of times people, they didn't accomplish their goals because they weren't really willing to do the work, because it's a lot of work a lot of the times. And so that was my younger self speaking. I was more of a, I was probably more stubborn, more of a hothead, more of a temper, more of a, if I see a wall, I want to run through it. That was just kind of my mentality. It was, I think when you're sick or you're up against an obstacle for a long period of time, you kind of go within and it's more of a protective mechanism than anything else. It's like, okay, well, nobody or anyone seems to necessarily be helping me. And by the way, it's nobody else's fault, right? It's like, they're not supposed to be helping you through this. They have their own life to deal with. So when you're sick, that's a tough one because you don't really understand that everybody has their own life that they're trying to make it through. And then when doctors give you no hope, well, then again, you go inward because you're kind of lost as to where to go next. So I don't want to go too down that road today, but I get it. I understand. Now I understand what this is all about. And the problem is that, and I'm going to get to it, people, they simply, one, and this is a big part of it, is they're not clear on what it is that they do want. And the second is they don't have any energy, and they're connected. I'll talk about this in just a moment. But again, like I said, back in my early 20s, I wondered, for the most part, I really did, because I had a fascination with people that I believed to be successful. Again, not just monetarily. It was never really about that. I honestly wasn't. I could tell you that from the beginning. But I liked people that I considered successful. So successful was they had a great family, great relationship. They had a great business they ran. They were successful in whatever their job was inside of another firm, whatever it might be. And they were happy, right? They were genuinely happy. So I always studied that. I really have. I've always studied it, I would say, since my later teenage years. I say that I grew up really quickly, and I think people do. I think if you're dealing with a life-threatening based issue, you grew up quick. You don't have time to fool around anymore. You really don't. Like, it's just, there's no fooling around when you have no energy and you're told that your immune system's shutting down or any of these things, right? So, but anyway, I'm not against that. I'm not upset about that. But I studied people, and I didn't tell them I was studying them, but I watched them, I learned from them, and I had the perfect career to do that. I worked many hours every single week, doing at least 40 appointments a week in terms of nutrition, exercise, body transformation, etc. And I work with many clients, and many of whom they could afford nutrition or personal training or whatever it might be. And so I got to work with celebrities, I got to work with business owners, I got to work with teachers, I got to work with famous authors, all sorts of different people. And I would listen to them. I would ask questions, because in between sets or whatever it might be, or doing a health intake, you ask questions. It's what you do. And it was interesting because the most successful people I knew, there was a common denominator. And it was not necessarily a specialized knowledge in one specific thing, because they all had specialized knowledge in what they did, but it was, they had almost boundless energy. And I was always intrigued because energy was not something I had at that time, but I was intrigued because I said, okay, so maybe if you have energy, you're successful. That was kind of a thesis that I was coming up with. You know, energetic people are just more successful. And I kind of started to go at that. I said, okay, because if you have energy, you know, like these people, I would watch them. Okay, so here's the thing. They would work, I don't know, 60 hours a week minimum. I mean, that's what it seemed like. They would easily work 12-hour days. They would run companies, or they were, again, I worked with a couple very, very busy teachers. I worked with a famous author that literally wrote every single day. Just great people. Again, like some of the celebrities. I worked with movie producers, and they were just always working. They were always busy. Families, you name it. But yeah, here's the thing. So whatever they were doing work-wise, then they were also, you know, flying back or meeting with their family, or they were making their commitments, or they were on charitable-based organizations, and they were taking the time to exercise. So I'm like, wow, these people, I literally don't know how they do it, right? They fit it all in one day. In order to be able to do that, well, they have to have tremendous energy. So I started thinking, okay, energy equals success in life in general. And actually, I don't disagree with that to this day. However, I was wrong where the energy came from, because I thought most people, they just innately have energy. And while I think that there's degrees of truth to that, just like there's degrees of happiness, right? I've gone through a podcast on the natural inclination of happiness, through how much comes from the environment, then how much is within your control as well. But here's the thing. This is what I later learned. I later learned that their energy came from passion and interest in what they were involved in. Okay, so I knew many people. They were on the boards of many companies. They were, one was doing a nonprofit. Again, one was a teacher. One was a famous author, movie producer. One was in sales. One owned a nursing staffing company. Like, I can literally go down the line. All random jobs, random people. Some had kids, some didn't have kids. Some were married, some didn't have, they weren't married. And the thing is, whatever they did, like, even if they didn't love what they did, they were interested in it, and it was a passion of theirs. Now, it might seem kind of strange, like, oh, I don't love what I do, but, you know, like thinking about that, but some people didn't. But they loved the process of what they were doing, meaning that it intrigued them. They were interested. And let me kind of bring this into everyday life. Think about this. This will probably make more sense. Let's say that you just start a brand new job, or you start a brand new TV series that you really like, right? Or you meet a new, love interest of yours. Okay. In the beginning, is anyone at work, or your love interest, or a TV series, like, is anyone saying, oh, you have to put more time in for this? Nobody, right? You automatically want to. Why do you want to sit down at night, even when you're tired, and watch that TV series, or even wake up and watch it, right? Or why do you want to call that person? Why do you want to go see them? Why do you want to go have dinner with them? Or you start a new job. Why are you interested in meeting more people in the company, putting in more time, working on more projects, getting to know the company better? Why? You have a huge interest in it. You're excited, right? There's excitement there. Well, this passion, this interest, this excitement, that leads to natural energy. We've heard this before, right? That when you exercise, it gives you a boost in energy, right? Well, it's not radically different than what we just talked about here. The love interest, the job, the TV series, whatever it might be, right? A new book that you're into. Nobody needs to tell you to pick up that book and read it. You can't wait to get to the next chapter. You stay up late watching the TV series or reading the book. And it's because you have a genuine interest. You're excited about it. What does that do? Well, it fires up your endorphins. And neurotransmitters is probably a better way of saying that. So norepinephrine, essentially an excitement neurotransmitter, that it is difficult to be depressed and have a low mood and have high levels of norepinephrine. It's difficult to be in a lower mood, have depression, if you have higher levels of dopamine. It's just, those are excitatory neurotransmitters. So if we look at them, I'm not going to go through them all, but why don't we just stick with those two? which is dopamine and norepinephrine, you are literally excited about life. You wake up with more excitement and energy. Why? Because your mind never fully forgets about the task at hand. The new job, the love interest, the book, the TV series, etc. Whatever project it is in your life, right? That's leading to genuine excitement and genuine energy. The energy is not fake. You just tapped in to the natural chemicals inside of your body that bring you life, right? So again, we're walking through life, we're moving through life, but that doesn't mean that we have life within our body, right? That we have the excitement, the ambition, the drive that I talk about all the time. If you are missing that, I'm telling you right now, it's not always from finding the perfect diet, the perfect exercise plan, the perfect nutritional supplements. All of those help. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. If you're doing the right diet, exercise, and nutritional supplements, you have way less inflammation. You have the nutrients that your body needs. You have a lot less toxicity. All of those things cause inflammation, weigh your body down, create brain fog, all sorts of different things. Don't get me wrong. That is the truth. Like, that's the truth. But I think that we often overlook the fact that when you get, and this was in my Sunday Rewind email, when you get clear about what it is that you're excited about, what it is that gives your life meaning, what it is that you want to wake up for every single morning, we overlook that because that gives genuine energy, natural energy. The same natural energy from diet and exercise and good nutritional supplements and stress reduction. Yes, it's all part of it, but you need to get excited about life. And if you don't have any passions or interests or anything to get you excited, it's time to find that thing. It's time to literally rejuvenate that part of you. So it does not have to be a job. It really doesn't. It can be anything that is a passion of yours. It could be reading, right? It could be writing a blog. It could be doing videos. It could be teaching. It could be doing volunteer work. Get engaged with whatever that is. Get engaged with your community, right? Learn, grow, set a goal. And I'm telling you right now, the goal is almost arbitrary. That's what I'm learning every single year. I think I've learned this now for year after year, but I'm telling you, it becomes more and more crystal clear. It really does. The successful people I know now in life as well, again, I've learned this a while back, but I still, it's reinforced to this day. The successful people that I know who don't need the money, don't need the fame, don't need anything, are excited about an obstacle. They're excited about a challenge. They're excited about growth. They're excited about a project that enables them to work every day. I know how strange that sounds in a culture and society where we're told almost that, like, take it easy, don't work too much, don't work too hard. And by the way, there's truth to that. You don't want to overwork. I'm not by any means saying that at all. I'm not at all. Like, you still want to get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. But what you do in those other 16 hours, okay, that's what should wake you up. That's what should excite you. So I really believe we need to just completely refocus on, set your goals, but set it to something that you want to wake up to every single day and work on. Now, let's say you don't love your job. Let's say you don't love whatever it is that you do. Well, start a moonlighting career. Start a side hustle that gets you excited about that. Or start something to do with the family, right? Something that you're doing with your family gets you excited. Or plan the next trip, project, whatever it is. Because these don't have to be like 15-year goals. These can be, hey, this is my goal for this quarter. If you've heard me talk about the 12-week year before, you understand how I look at the map of a year. A year is way too long of a period of time for you to like set a goal for next January 1st. No, it's too far. All right, set your goal for the next 12 weeks. Now, it could span multiple 12-week periods of time, but what is it this quarter? Because you can get excited about what you can accomplish over the next month, 2 months, or 3 months to make up that quarter. I'm telling you right now, if you do that, if you set a big enough vision for your life and you create projects that you're passionate about, genuinely interested in, and can get excited about, the natural energy will flow. I hope this was helpful. I do want to hear from you. Let me know when you start that project, you get excited about something, share it with me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please always feel free to share this show with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everyone.